Where's the big guy?
Hey, Celine, I'm gonna put you on speaker. We're getting ready to start in a few minutes. Sure.
It's every third.
So it's every third one?
I do, yeah.
77 buildings, so it's about 25 times that.
It is. Mr. Wells told us about it 2 years ago. Like, hey, you got that's the reason why I'm not satisfied.
It's gotta get done. Jim said it's only every third building. So it takes about 70.
It is. The thing is, we don't have to start on them now. Some of them more disrepair that we can build. We can start on that. They built the buildings. They built the inside lane here first.
Third of them or half of them next year, half of them following year?
Yeah, you set aside 50 and just make it a continual process. You can't be sued if you can't be sued if you make it a continual process. But it's got to be a board that's going to always do that.
Should.
2 years.
2 years will have them complete anyway. Should.
Yeah.
Once they start precasting.
Hopefully they don't fall somebody's head.
I know, that's what I'm scared of.
That's concerning because we have been left out 4 times. 4 times.
It falls at the wrong time and hits somebody in the head.
Yeah. No, you can go styrofoam or you can go wood like it is. If you go wood like it is, over time you end up what we got now. Well, they did. We got to keep in mind, it lasted 20 years. So, but he said styrofoam will last forever.
Yeah, but even if the styrofoam fails, it's not a big deal.
Huh?
Falls on somebody's head, it's not a big deal. It's styrofoam.
Yeah. Did you talk to Ryan about that? About those?
All right, good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody. Thank you guys for coming out. It is 6:42. If you guys feel kind of claustrophobic, we do have overflow in the other room with the live stream going on the TV. So if you guys don't want to feel like you're bunched up or anything, so we have that also. We have a quorum. Proof of notice was at the recreation center and at the front gate. Can we have a moment of silence?
Give me a second.
Can I have a motion to approve October 14th minute?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Have a motion to approve November 18th, 2024 agenda as currently constructed.
Correct. And about 18.
November 18th.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Financial report by Glenn.
Okay, income for the month, 318,705, expenses, 304,000. Bank account balances, 2,383,736. All the reserve funds were moved over to real property, so they should have all those checks. This week, what I was gonna do is I'll pay the bills this week. And then after I figure out what's paid and what may be still outstanding, that balance, I'll send a check over on Wednesday, Thursday to move that operating over so real property can open their operating account. So I won't process anything after this week. Okay? Now, Jeff, at some point, at the end of the month, you gotta go back to TD Bank and get me those bank statements. For some reason, they didn't have right on the account.
I'll go tomorrow.
Yeah, but I thought we changed that.
We never did go. Everybody never did go out, but I'll go tomorrow and get them.
If you just get them for me, because you're gonna close them anyway, so it's no big deal. Just get me those.
Are we gonna be on the next accounts?
That's up to real property.
No, that's up to this board.
Well, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So I need those two things, and the only thing really out of line this month, irrigation was a little higher. Delinquencies are up 16,000. We have 251,000 outstanding. Everybody's Larry's working on them. Everybody that's got 60 days ago was at Larry or at their old accounts, they're still being returned.
Can you repeat that number outstanding again?
251,000. I really think you need to do something, maybe for the new property manager, where start taking a certain section of these, start shutting off some barcodes. You gotta make a little payment for these balances, because there is really no payment.
Yeah.
That's it for me. Mhm. Outstanding. I'm done.
Okay, Glenn is done. Property manager report.
Yes, the pool and the top lots are now officially open. The last phase of the fiber optic with Xfinity, they will be reaching directly out to the homeowners. They will be mailing you, telling you when they will schedule to disconnect it from the old cable to the fiber optic. They'll describe the process. Basically, how they describe the process to me is relocating one TV from one room to the other, because there will be some interruption in service. You can always call them at 1-800-COMCAST as well. And that's it.
And I went through it. They said it's about an hour. It was about 3 hours at my house. So just be prepared when they come out to be about 3 hours, and they to do the fiber. All right. Public comments. Since we got a house full, we're gonna keep it to a minimum of 3 minutes, and we're gonna keep it moving. We're gonna start like we normally do, straight down line. We're gonna go back and forth, and we'll end with everybody on the wall. Please keep the comments pertaining to the agenda. If you have any other issues, then we'll refer them to the office, and then we'll convene from there. All right? All right. Do you have any questions? Okay, we'll cover that in the budget. Ma'am, right here. Do you have any questions? Sir? Ma'am?
Same question that she had. My question is, the information that you guys shared with all the homeowners, and we're supposed to send out questions. Will you be discussing those questions tonight? Because all of it probably pertain to the budget.
When you pertain, which questions?
Oh, you don't know that?
On what I'm asking, which specific questions?
Well, there was a whole.
The budget.
There was a lot of questions.
The budget
There was a
questions.
list of
No,
people.
we're,
That's-
Did you respond to those questions?
Yeah, there's something for the board.
And some went to the board. So
Yeah.
what I'm asking you is, will you be discussing that? this
we're gonna cover the budget.
But that was part of the budget, so.
That's what I'm saying, we're gonna cover the budget.
Okay.
When you say if it's not pertaining to this, then, so that don't make no sense because It doesn't make any sense.
If it's not pertaining to the agenda, it doesn't make sense.
What
No,
what
that's-
you gonna talk about?
If it's not about the agenda, about the meeting that we're currently in, then why would we have it in this meeting? To keep the meeting on track, if it's not about the current agenda, why are we gonna discuss it?
Okay, pertaining to the budget. With the 10,000 that you all put in towards the, party, we don't need no party.
Well, we'll get to that when we discuss the budget.
Okay, all right.
Sir? Sir?
No.
Yes. No, you,
You have any questions?
I don't see anything that I can
Thank you.
think of about this agenda right here. You should keep on pushing things to the agenda, but I don't see anything that, tells us about what's in the agenda for this meeting. I just thought, I don't see anything.
we have old business, forensic audit, scope, time period, cost. New business, contract negotiation, security contract. Proposal, replacement of exterior deck. Structures in the the decor in the, manor homes. Beautification proposal, approval of the 2025, proposed budget. Annual meeting date, that is the agenda for tonight. So those are, we'll be taking questions on those things there. So, ma'am, next to the gentleman, do you have any questions? Ma'am, right here. Do you have any questions? Right here, sir? Sir, in the gray shirt? Ma'am?
I'm good.
I got a question.
Yes.
Okay, so we got a letter saying that we're gonna have increase in our, over here on our side on town homes, that's everybody else. And it's $8 and $16, which is something that I don't agree with. And when you get ready to approve these things, we can't say anything. So I'm saying something now.
Okay.
The second thing that I have an issue I want to talk about is this beautification and the party. Like, the beautification committee gets money that's approved how? And when do we get to say what we want to do? The other thing is the approval for the budget. I just don't understand why it goes this way where a homeowners can't really say anything. Like, you guys are talking, one, we can't hear you back here, and two, you're talking to each other. Okay? So something has to change so that we can have a voice.
Okay, are you done? I'll address that. Every homeowner at the budget workshop that chose to come out, and I think you was at the budget workshop.
Right, and we can't say
Let me finish. That was your opportunity to express what was gonna be in the budget. I will explain the budget. What we sent out was the proposal of the budget. We have not passed the budget. It's called a proposal. Everybody in that workshop that came out had the opportunity to put their wish list together. So to show the community, if we choose to go with that budget, what your HOA fees would look like if we go with that budget without change. Again, it was a budget proposal. It's not the actual budget until we vote on line item E of new business. So I can't be with you when you say you didn't have a voice because you was at that meeting.
I was at the meeting, but at the same time, the same way it is being done here. You say what you say before the meeting, but then not during the time that you guys actually go and say, I don't feel like we're being considered here.
Exactly.
That's fine, thank you, ma'am.
Can you take the holiday party off of the budget? Also, I think since we are in the whole 250,000, it seems it's gonna be a recurring thing the following year. They're gonna be at $500. That's one thing that we need to cut the cost, let's get it below the 80 as low as possible.
Like I say, everybody feel what was important to them, to be fair to the community, to be fair to the community. Everybody had the opportunity to suggest what they would like to see in the community. So as a collective, but I and I was one of the ones that says that we need some type of activities in our community because we do.
Okay.
So thank you. It is my opinion, so thank you.
Is everybody?
We just gonna.
Not one, right.
Hold on.
All right. We're not gonna.
You wanna get.
We can adjourn the meeting because I'm not gonna be disruptive, and we're gonna have a proper meeting. If you don't like the way the meetings are being held or ran, please, you feel free to exit.
Let's just.
We giving this. Our meetings used to go 2.5 to 3 hours long because we would allow people to interrupt the meeting. You guys wanted us to put order to the meeting. When we put order to the meeting, you guys get mad that we have order to the meeting. So I don't understand what you guys want.
Let's just keep moving to the next person.
Sir in the back with the black shirt. Ma'am.
I have a couple things. First off, I would just like to encourage you, I mean, we waited over 10 minutes for you to get to the meeting. Maybe humble yourself a little bit next time, just apologize to keep everybody waiting, and just ask that respectfully. And then two, concerning the budget, the accounting audit, I wasn't here the last one, I watched that on YouTube. I'm not quite sure what the intention is with that. I haven't gotten really clarification. Each meeting we talk about it, so I don't know what the intended purpose of that is. If it's the change of the guard between the two of you, the president, vice president, how it used to be. But I did hear the last thing was $90,000. I do see that's coming up tonight to discuss. I have a concern that cost, for whatever that reasoning is for that audit, might be just to a group of people, but that cost is gonna be expanded to all of the homeowners. And I completely disagree with that.
Okay.
So that's
For my humble apologies for starting late, when I seen that it was crowded in here, what we was working on out there is making sure the TV out there, so we have an overflow, so everybody that can come out there to make sure they attend the meeting also. So I'm sorry that we was having technical difficulties to make sure everybody was satisfied and everybody capable of being part of the meeting, okay? Thank you. Next.
For me personally, what I want to say is that, yes, we have workshops. We have addressed our issues at those workshops, but I've never seen it carried over wherein the problems that we as homeowners face, those have been addressed. And in terms of working with us as homeowners, instead of it being, the perception that I get is, as a board, whatever you state goes, but it's not heard among us who actually live here, and everybody's feeling the pinch financially. So I look at your agenda, but at the same time, I don't think our concerns are being heard. So I might be wrong, you might have another meeting where you have it planned for us to get our answers, us being heard, and wherein we come to a resolution in terms of solving those issues. But yeah, we all feel the pinch, and so the concerns are real. I look at your agenda, I'm ready to wait and hear about the budget, but just so you know that sometimes if the board makes a decision, I think it should be one that wholeheartedly, at least a majority of the homeowners have, that it is majority states or majority rules, and then the board comes together and say, okay, here it is, homeowners, we as a community have all come together and made that decision that is clear. So yes, we have workshops and I appreciate them. We have voiced our concerns then. We see additional finances go on our budget, and it is deep concern. I don't know about you, your pocket might be big, and when you say, I made such and such, then it is you, but I mean, I want us to be included in the decision making and make us all feel a part.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you very much.
To address us being included in the decision making, we've been saying for years, we need more volunteers, and the same people are volunteers over and over. And if you want to be included, it's an open forum. This is the budget process. Last year, we did 3 budget processes for everybody to be a part. This year, we did 1. We've been as transparent as possible. We acknowledge a new board, a new committee in order to audit, to make sure our audit committee, to make sure that we're doing our due diligence on financials. So we're hearing you guys. I think you guys are not hearing us when we don't give you what you would like.
We did 3.
Well, 3. The audit committee, thank you. The audit committee, they worked on trimming as much as possible that they did. They brought us a semi-finished budget. Then we had a budget meeting last month, and everybody that came sat in the room. We had a great conversation, great back and forth, and this is what we came with. It's not like the board is not being transparent. We are very open and transparent to every member of the community. Sir, right here. Yes, ma'am. Okay, sorry.
Call it, ignorance at this point in time, but being in the state versus manner, 6% versus 0.7 versus 1.4% increase. My wallet squeezed just as much as the next person, but a 6% increase seems a lot versus 1.4 versus 0.7%. And I don't know where we get that ratio of increase. But my budget's just maxed out as much as the next person, but the next person. And I understand there's different things included in different parts of our area. However, I see this broken down to a ratio of percentages and, not even with a dollar amount, but with a percentage. Call it my ignorance of why I'm seeing a 6% increase in mine.
All right, thank you. We'll cover that. But again, the budget meeting was last month. We put out where people could come in and we help create the budget.
Why other things happen, my apologies, I also have children and illness and everything else that kind of take precedence over here.
I'm gonna go with that, just didn't want to speak the time, express what you want to say.
Hold on, guys.
I'll go now. So I have two questions. I think you're gonna talk about the budget. So one is in regard to the reserve. I just wanna get a better understanding of what's funded and what's not funded. So I'm sure you guys will cover that in the budget.
When you say which reserve are you talking about?
I'm
All the reserve?
I'm not paying attention to, but I know some of it is funded and some is not funded.
Glenn can cover that.
Is that correct? All right, we'll cover that. That's what I wanted to mention. If we're gonna cover that, and the second part of it I wanna mention, I agree, and we talked about this last time as well, with not everybody do not agree with the party. I have 3 kids that were born here essentially. So I want them to feel in the community, and I think having a party, everybody out and talking to other kids, it's create that sense of community. That's what I want to mention.
Sir, right here in the white hat, next to the gentleman.
That's you.
I don't have anything.
Going to the back.
Yeah, I'm looking at this delinquencies here, approaching $250,000. It says anyone 60 days or more delinquent is sent to the attorney's office. But I don't see the number going down.
Okay, the number isn't going down. The number is going up. We had $251,000 in delinquencies and diagnosed.
All right, well, here's the thing. Somebody has to make up the shortfall, and it looks like that's us. I'm already supporting an ex-wife, I don't wanna support guys that ain't paying their fair share.
All right, guys. Have we been consistently going up all year? Let's go. Have we been consistently going up all year?
All right, sir, we're following,
No,
we're following Florida statute. We're following the laws in which apply for the delinquency, okay? Ma'am, next to the gentleman that just got to speak.
But, so my question is, maybe we need to get another attorney, but if we're still sitting on $250,000 in delinquency.
we just switched attorneys. We just switched attorneys.
Sir, we gotta follow due process. Everybody is due process, so thank you, sir.
Wait a
Ma'am?
minute.
No, we gotta move on.
Well, let me finish, please.
No, sir, ma'am?
Go on. Go on.
The due process involves sending a certified mail demand letter saying pay or pay fine.
Okay.
And that needs to be done. If that's not done.
Sir, we got a process with a lawyer. That's what we do.
I am a lawyer.
Okay.
Sir,
Okay, we're gonna move on now, okay?
Well, you don't wanna hear the problem though.
No, we heard the
$1
problem.
million out, you wanna move on.
No, but we heard you.
We can't afford to move on.
I know, but we have to, we gotta let everybody else speak. We have to let everyone
Why
else speak.
don't we deal with this problem? See what course of action you can take to build a fire under this.
now we're gonna be called to the rule to terminate the conversation.
Why?
All right.
Relax, okay.
Sir, you're not gonna keep interrupting the meeting, or we're gonna ask you.
If I'm upset about losing $250,000, I'll interrupt. I love it. But my question to you is, what are you doing about it?
Now this humble right here, we don't have to.
Not now.
We don't have.
We
to.
already said he's going to.
So you wanna do it,
He's not gonna control it on anything, but he needs to wait. We said we're gonna do it. That's it. We couldn't come in the courtroom and do him like that while he's giving a speech. Excuse me, this is, ma'am, next person, please go.
I do not have any questions, but this gentleman has questions.
That's fine. His question will be answered. Yes. Ma'am, Sharon, sir, next.
So is it fair for me to say,
Sit up, guys.
yeah, so is it fair for me to say that now that I'm in this meeting, that it's not necessary for you to be here due to what has already been passed before the increase?
No, ma'am.
Nothing has been passed yet. It's a proposed budget. Sir?
Okay.
Ma'am in blue pants?
I'd like to know the
All right, well, you can get it from the office. It's Larry Town, but you can get his name, address, and phone number from the office. But make sure you're the one paying the bill when you call and not us, because there's no need for us to, all the information you need can come from the office. Ma'am right here on the wall.
You guys keep saying the same.
Listen up, guys.
Every meeting that I've been to, you keep saying about the homeless, it keeps going up every year. It keeps going up and you guys keep saying, oh, we're handling, we're handling. You guys are not handling. Like the office here is gonna be closed, so who gonna be talking to?
The new company that's coming in.
You know the name.
Yes, we do.
It's like the same thing, when we have questions and answers, you guys don't give us the answers, but then when you guys get up there and talk, y'all get the humble and you talk low. So if you wanna speak up and be real about it, be real with us. We see our money, just like the young lady said, my money may not be like yours, because I'm single by myself in my own place. So therefore, I got to work double, and all the other arrangements that you guys be having, the banquets and all that stuff, I have to work.
So therefore, you guys wanted to put it on Zoom so I can attend. I tried with my job.
It's on YouTube, man.
Okay, that's fine, but like I said, we work really hard, and when it keep going up and up and up. And y'all, it shut us off on the question, you're not concerned, I have a problem with this. Just like you want us to be respected, you guys should be respected and answer the question that people are asking, and see, keep getting us a runaround. Okay, next, no. But some people ain't even answering because they afraid for the turn down. I ain't the one to turn down, but I can see it.
If this office is gonna be closed,
Ma'am,
why is the
ma'am, next, next.
Yes,
Okay.
it's also closed. Yeah, that's my question. This office is closed.
Hey,
Why
please,
is it
please.
still expenses for this office?
What, who says the office gonna be closed?
Well, we have concerns that where we are listed. so
No,
other companies-
nobody said the office is gonna be closed. That's the rumors that you guys started in the community. Nobody said the office is gonna be closed. Once the property manager, we have a new property manager coming. I don't know where you guys get the office getting closed. You asked me a question, I say the new property manager company is gonna be here. So I'm not with the back and forth and argument either. So we're gonna keep it going. Sir? Ma'am? Ma'am?
You already did over there.
Anybody over here have any questions, concerns? All right. Old business, forensic audit. The last quote was over $90,000 for the forensic audit. We discussed, scaling back on the forensic audit because we have some fix. The gentleman right here, had a good point. What's your name, sir? Gene had some good points. Certain things are fixed that we have no control over. So when we really looked at the audit, we'll only be auditing for about $200,000 or less than that. That's what the forensic audit would be going for because a lot of stuff is already allocated, such as the line maintenance, the cable bill, and things like that. So with the forensic audit, we should do one every so often to make sure we're all on point. So that was our quote on the forensic audit. So we need to determine if we're gonna, I think we took it out of the
We
budget.
took it out, yeah.
So right now, the forensic audit is not being funded, but we did vote on having one. But during the budget process, we took it out because it was $90,000.
We voted on getting, no, I'm sorry. We voted on getting quotes.
No, Mayor, yes, since you actually voted twice on this, matter of fact, one vote was for 40,000. Then you turned around and I think Jeff said, oh, let's make 90,000. So tonight, if you've taken it all out, you need to vote to just remove it, that's all. But you have to vote on it because you put it in there.
That'll
And
be
that
part
was
of
a
the,
workshop.
that'll be part of that. If they vote on the budget,
Thank you.
once,
It'll be in
yeah,
the
take care of it.
Exactly, it changed twice, it went
But it-
from 40,000 to 90,000, the last time you guys voted on it. So now you just need to vote and say we're gonna remove it altogether.
No, we know. I'm just giving what happened.
No, you didn't mention the 40, I don't want the owners to think that we originally said 90,000, we did not, Jeff said 90,000.
No, your budget came back at 90,000.
Listen, you said.
Hold up. What I recall from all the quotes, it was upwards of $90,000. We as a board said we thought it was gonna be around 40-something thousand.
And I told you guys it's gonna be 80 or 90, if not more.
So when it came.
And I was right.
And did you not?
And I was right.
Okay.
I said it would be that
I'm gonna
amount.
go back.
Hey, guys, let's not go back and forth with this.
So we taking it out?
Are we taking it
So
out?
right now, as of tonight, the forensic audit has not been funded.
So you're voting on it?
And we'll vote on
That's right.
to,
That's all I said.
because we
Yeah,
haven't did the
you're
budget.
right, you're right, yeah. When you vote to approve the budget, it's not there, right. Exactly.
Only thing I was doing was explaining to the audience that we have what the amount of money that in the proposed HOA fees, that $90,000 that everybody in the community think that we're spending is not part of this budget. Because you're not hearing what I'm hearing. You're not getting the knocks on my door that's saying, why are we spending $90,000? So that's why I said what I said.
Okay.
So
Contracting new business?
Glenn, one second, ma'am, 1 second. Glenn?
No, I was gonna, no, go ahead.
Question, so with all this proposition and all of this quotation, do we, as the villagers here, get to see those documents or where you guys are spending the money, who you guys are using and all of that good stuff? But we don't get anything in our email.
Again,
Anything at all.
Again, I'm not trying to be rude. We have public comments. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm trying to stay on topic. We have public comment. But every member, everyone in here is a member. Everyone in here can request anything from the HOA at any time. So,
But it does.
so I'm gonna move on.
No.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna move on to new business.
You guys always do
New
this.
business.
That's the reason I don't
New
come to
business.
these meetings.
New business.
1 second.
No.
You always do
No,
this, and that's
no,
disrespectful
no,
to
I'm not.
us.
I'm not.
And that's why we
No,
are ending
I'm
up
not.
in this problem.
I'm not. She
You're
gotta
gonna come
go.
back, you're gonna come back, you guys never come back.
Okay.
She gotta go.
Okay, and I'm not gonna leave like the other gentleman, because that was rude.
She gotta go. What's rude is you guys being disrespectful to us
I am
and don't
not
expect us to
asking a question, I'm just asking you, why are you refraining from it?
No.
It's all, that's why it's all comes to meetings, it's the same thing over and over. You guys are implementing thing, or we just have to sit back and listen to it? No.
Hey, guys, hey, listen, we've been doing this for many years, since 2004. Trust us to work through the budget. We're not trying to charge you guys more money. Tonight is the night that we actually do the business. You've heard us go back and forth on a lot of stuff. Just trust us, work through it with us. If you got a comment, we'll hear it, but let us get through it. And let's see, can everybody be happy? We did it for over 20 years. I want to think we can kind of keep it going. All right, just give us a chance. Let's work through it.
But it's like, it's getting worse.
And ma'am, I know, to address your issue, I'll speak to you separate, okay? But you gotta understand, when you get a 75% insurance increase, there is nothing we can do. There's no wiggle room in that. But we'll talk later. Okay. Can we move on?
Yeah, new business.
Okay, guys, we're gonna move on.
It's this simple, because you guys requested these rules, not me, because I allowed you, I voted for you guys to speak after everything. You guys requested these rules. You guys don't want to provide by the rules. If we get any more outbursts, or we'll ask you to leave, or we'll adjourn the meeting and just call it a day.
Let's just move on.
It's 'cause I
Let's
wanna
just
get-
move on. Let's just move on.
No, because these are the rules that you guys requested.
Let's just move on. Wait.
No,
No, we're moving on.
new business, contract negotiation. Contract negotiation. I placed that on the budget, on the agenda. One of the reasons I placed it on the agenda, that we did not provide as a board, we did not provide proper directives to the committee that negotiated the contract. So in the future, when we send the committee out to negotiate a contract, we, as a board, we need to provide specific directives on what we feel like is appropriate contract. So security contract, moving on to security contract.
What about?
I provided y'all with the list.
We just need to vote.
Need to select one.
That's a spreadsheet.
Need a motion to move forward.
Look,
Do I have a
may I
motion?
speak,
Go
Mr.
ahead.
Wright? All right, so in the interest, knowing that everybody's concerned about cost tonight, so in the interest of saving some additional monies, the two companies that I had as my top two would be Allied Universal and Wiser. Allied comes in at a cost of $324,000 per year. Wiser comes in at a cost of $296,000 per year. So to save the community an additional $28,000 a year for identical services, because we bid it per scope, my recommendation and my motion would be to negotiate a contract with Wiser to take over our security services.
So, I'm sorry.
I'm listening.
Oh. So I just have it's an ethical problem with Wiser. Anyone who walks off of our gate without notice, we got to have a homeowner call us, and we got to go up to the gate. Who just walk out on us. The next driver coming in could have been someone coming to rape somebody, kill somebody. We don't know, but it very well could have happened. Why did I say it could have happened? Because it has happened right here. And so I have a problem with that. I can't know that any one of these ladies in here could have been injured with a company who says, "Oh, you guys want to get rid of us? Are you thinking about it? Are you gonna do it? Are you picked the next company?" So no, we're not gonna stay to 30 days. Yeah, you have a 30-day clause. We're gonna leave tomorrow, and we're gonna leave tonight. When it gets to the point that board members got to go man the gate, our property manager got to go man the gate, that's important. Because the property manager is not certified to man that gate. And so I have a problem with that. So that was me seconding it for discussion.
Okay.
One more point, right? Hold on, I got one more point.
Hold on, listen up, guys, listen up. Let's explain this, please. Please, somebody.
I got it.
Listen up.
Please explain.
Okay, my only comment to that is that our current company, on multiple occasions, while they are supposedly manning the gate, have let people come through the gate without being checked, to houses without making calls. So homeowners have called me and said, "Look, I have somebody show up and they just let him through, but yet when I called to ask about him, they said, well, I didn't see him come through." So whether people are there or not, we've had issues with our current company. The same people that Allied are going to hire are the same people that Wiser are going to hire. It's a matter of our management in this office taking care of business with these contractors.
Okay.
That's my point. And when I'm trying to save the homeowners money, when we're going to get the same people in here, whether they're wearing an Allied uniform or a Wiser uniform, it's important to make sure that we're trying to save you guys some money. That's the only reason I nominated Wiser, because they're providing the same services.
All right.
Hey, we got it. We can't have an outburst.
But go.
So, yes, ma'am.
So when I first moved over here,
I'm sorry.
nobody mentioned, Riviera Beach again, because when Riviera Beach police officers were in here, we had somebody that was 24/7. And did we go and try to do a contract again with them to see if we can outsource for them? Are they not doing that anymore? Or I'm asking because he just asked me to go ahead and answer the question. So don't put your hand up, just let me talk to Jeff, because I ain't talking to you.
Okay.
So I was asking Jeff.
It's too expensive. They have a union contract
Excuse me,
now.
Jeff, this is my meeting.
Right.
I wanted
This
Jeff
is
to
my-
answer.
No, Jeff, no.
That's
That's not what happened. That's not what happened. That's why.
This is what we have.
Please stay.
But I
I hear what you're saying.
He asked me a question, and let me finish, and then he can answer.
Jeff,
Right?
Listen up. These are the rules.
We know the rules.
Okay, but I'm gonna just give
I was acknowledged for the floor.
You
I was
was not-
acknowledged
you
for
was
the
not
floor.
acknowledged.
So it's Jeff Pettit.
Jeff cannot be.
I shut you.
When he did.
Okay, listen up, guys. This is the rules. Just listen up. This is what we're gonna do. Now, it was open for discussion here. That's what it was for. Open discussion right here. That's what it was for.
Now, when Jeff acknowledged you, he did, I agree, but he was out of order.
Okay, he should have said
Yeah,
something then.
yeah,
What's
he
that?
should
I
have.
did say something to Jeff. I allowed you to continue to speak. I did say something to Jeff. I
I hear
said,
what
Jeff,
you're
do not do that anymore because we cut off many of people in the
You
audience.
said it to him, I didn't hear it, so
Okay.
how am I supposed to know that you
You're
said
right,
Jeff?
you're right, you're
I
right,
couldn't hear.
you're right. So we're gonna move on and we're gonna discussion, are we still discussing this?
We're in discussion of the.
Right here. We're in discussion right here. So I heard, hey, guys in the back, please, we can't do that. So hearing, I understand what Mr. Gate is saying, and normally we agree on these kind of matters. But here's the problem with that. When you apply that same theory to all the other vendors that we just hired, we're about to pay $100,000 more to the property manager. So he didn't apply that same theory. We're doing the same thing with the lawn maintenance. And that theory is not applied to the, so if we were just looking at, if you want to go away from the company we have, that's fine. But if, I would say let's not have a theory about it. And Ransom, I'm interested in hearing what you got to say to it. I would just say, we do our due diligence, look at the company, and because both of these companies is cheaper than the one we have.
All right.
And I'll just respond. The lawn maintenance, you're incorrect. We are saving money on the lawn maintenance by the selection we made because all the bids that came in, they were still the cheapest. So we are saving money on the lawn maintenance.
Okay.
You can't butt on any kind of thing like irrigation might be higher. You can't butt on anything that's not there. You have to do it based on the contract that's in front of you. And we're saving money.
Board members, please, let's stick to the topic.
Just for the board, the service is much more important, but just so you have this in your head, it would knock all of the fees down $8 a month with the lower bid, just so you're aware of it. And I'm not saying that's the right way to go.
Okay, where we at?
We're right here. Next to
You didn't address the,
all the discussion is done.
no, you didn't address mine, you didn't
All the
really say something.
discussion is done.
Yeah, I'm good.
So can we also look at the roving hours to address the issue of the $8?
I just took the in total is what I took, because I don't have a breakdown of what's road and what's here. So I did it as total.
If you want to go back out to bid, is the only way you can address that because the scope of work went out to everybody equally. So to adjust it, you're going to have to completely reopen the bid process to do that. And I don't recommend doing that.
Okay. Any other discussion on selecting wiser? Any other discussion?
Am I allowed to talk so
Yes.
that I'm on the phone?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Okay, I just want to say something about the security companies. I'm on the same page as Jeff and Rance. Residents, and I do apologize for not being present. I am out of town for my job, so I do apologize. But anyways, in regards to the security company, Ally and the other one was my top two as well. But I'm in agreement with if we do go with either one of them, we need to make sure that we stick to that evaluation process. We need to be monitoring them, and any new vendors that come in, we need to make sure that they are being monitored and they are being checked, and we are making sure that they are adhering to whatever the contract says. I do believe that because we're now moving into these new processes, then now we can make sure that we are holding all vendors accountable.
All right, without any more discussion, do we have a vote? All in favor? For
Pre-vote.
Did you call for a vote, right? Aye. Selena, you're allowed to vote. You're allowed to vote, Selena.
I didn't get to vote.
As long as the audience can hear it.
Listen up, guys, listen up. You were present. I was told I couldn't vote. Guys,
I wasn't here whenever you did that.
hold on.
I wasn't here.
She cannot vote. No, Selena, do you recall me being in out of town at the last meeting? Well, meeting before, and I was told I could not vote.
Yes, so that's why I'm only on the phone because I thought we could not vote if we're not face to face. So I was
Right.
obligated.
You can take part, but you can't vote.
Oh, yes,
I mean, do what you gotta do, but that's not good.
Okay.
As long as you can hear both sides of the conversation.
No, I'm going that way.
Let's go, guys. Hey, hold on. We're getting a vote here. We're getting a vote here. No, listen, sir. We gotta move on. But let's
Which
go.
one had the potential for?
Let's go. What's up, guys? Are we ready? Right.
Vote passed, 2-1, with Jeff dissenting, two for Wiser, 1. Alright. The reason why we had to go to a security company versus the city of Revere Beach, it was gonna cost us almost $500,000 to keep the two off. Ma'am, would you allow me to run the meeting, please?
Got you.
I do apologize, right, I don't think you said I can't hear.
No, Wright said that Wiser was chosen. I dissented. The two of them voted for Wiser, and he said that Riviera Beach would be $500,000 because of their union contract.
Moving on to the facial proposal.
Okay, let's go. We're going to the facial proposal now.
Replacing the exterior decor structure in the manor homes.
So, you want to cover it?
If I can.
Yeah.
All right, so CJ was able to work with Hampton's Helping Hands, who is one of our contractors in here. The front decorative structure on about 1/3 of the manor homes, take that back, 4 of them have actually fallen off. So, and those structures are actually on about 1/3 of the manor homes. So to go back with a styrofoam precast decorative overhang, so to pull, and the reason they're falling off is the wood is starting to rot. Some of it could be termite damage. They haven't determined that, but the wood is starting to rot, so those pieces are falling off. So to go back with something other than wood and stone would be a styrofoam precast mold. The cost on each unit would be $2,750. If you figure there's about 1/3 of those units over there that have that, and there are 77, I believe, buildings over there. So that would come to a total cost of just short of $70,000 to replace those. I would caution this board that it's something that, while it is something we don't have budgeted for next year, we have to take into consideration, just for the sheer fact that if one of those falls and hits someone, we don't want anybody hurt. No, we don't want any property damage. We don't want anybody physically hurt. But it is going to be an additional expense of about $70,000.
Make a motion.
Would someone like to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to add that to the budget at a cost not to exceed $70,000.
I'll second it.
Just
Discussion.
manor homes?
Just manor homes.
This for discussion purposes, that will come out of their,
Comes out of the manor home ins line item. It's not a reserve item.
so,
Okay, let me ask this question though, while we're in the discussion phase of it. Is it not allowed to come out of reserve,
You
or
can
we just
transfer.
don't have it budgeted?
We don't have a budget, but you
No,
can transfer.
The manor home, in a HOA, the manor home, the only 2 things you're reserving for is roofs and painting. The board of directors can vote to use the reserves for that if they so choose.
I would amend my motion, again, to save folks money on a month-to-month basis. And because the manor homes, their reserves, if we remember correctly, are more than fully funded currently. So I would recommend that we take that $70,000 out of reserves to pay for it and not make it a monthly cost.
Yeah.
Now, can I ask a question regarding that? Because I'm unclear.
Well, go ahead,
Are you
Celine.
talking about the manor homes and the townhomes? Is this
No, just a manor home. Just a manor
Okay,
home.
okay, okay.
but Glenn, in the meeting, wasn't to fully fund it on the manor home, it was like $170
162, but if you remember, we were $46,000 over what the study said we should have.
So,
So if you stay with your 162, you're gonna be 60 minus 46 under 1,400.
I'm not ignoring you because right now we're not discussing right now.
so we're 40,000 over of the 162, so it would be 120 to fully fund.
Right, if you want.
So it's 120.
Right.
So, okay, got you. So,
You got that, Selena?
So you need a motion to fund that from the reserves.
it was, instead of, at the budget workshop, it was $160,000 to fully fund the mental homes. But I just was informed to fully fund the mental homes, it will only cost us $120,000 instead of $160,000. Right now, in the budget, we have $160,000. So it's a potential of that $40,000 coming out of the budget to keep it fully funded.
We also
But
have,
he said 70 though.
yeah, we.
I said 70 to cost.
The
Cost,
cost,
that's the cost.
No, I understand, Mr. President, I understand that. He said wait a minute, he said 70, right, that's the cost.
Yeah.
Okay, we're at 160. Are you taking the full, because someone up there said, we'll just take it out of reserve.
we haven't made a decision yet.
Okay, that's my
We
question.
haven't made a decision.
Keep in mind, you do have $57,000 in the budget for repairs. I mean, you could, what you could do
They
is,
roll it over.
well, what you do is start, because remember, we made a separate line item for roofs, which is what really hit us last year. So you could start working it out of the operating as a repair, and when you reach that point where, okay, now there's no money left, then hit that. Maybe in luck, you don't need to hit the reserves at all, and you could fund most of it this way.
And that would leave $20,000. That would leave us $20,000 if we're projecting it to be 70 to roll over to the next year.
No, you're gonna pull it from reserves. If you-
I
You're
know.
definitely gonna need it, because you
No,
only have
what I'm
57.
saying is, so we'll only be pulling 20-something thousand.
Right, yeah, you won't be zinging the
Next.
reserves so bad.
So if we got a line item where we haven't used the 50,000, so let's use the 50,000 for this year, and then we take the 20,000 over to the next year.
Right, if you start going negative.
If you do
Right.
it, negative, if you're gonna make it.
Well, if that's definitely gonna be 70, you're gonna go negative.
Yeah, we're gonna go negative to 20,000, that's what I'm saying, so.
But I would start that way before you mess with the reserves.
But it won't happen till the end of the year.
I know.
It depends how fast, you may go slow enough with this that you may be able to roll it over and not even worry about it. If you don't get all this done in 1 year.
I mean, if we go slow and just roll it over, it'll be more beneficial because then the numbers.
Oh, yeah, we're not touching that.
So,
The only caution to that is we gotta make sure we're hitting the ones that are gonna fall on somebody's heads first.
Yeah.
They gotta be inspected.
Yeah,
Go too slow.
yeah, don't go too slow.
no, I ain't gonna go out too slow.
We
So
got-
even if we roll over to 30,000, then, you know what I'm saying, as long as we take care of the ones that's needed and we just roll
Yeah, you
over.
can make it a 2-year project and not have to touch your reserves.
So you want to amend your vote?
I'll pull it, because if as a board, we feel like we have the money built into the budget, then we don't need to vote to add any more to the budget for it.
For this year, then we're gonna.
Well, we don't have anything, well, what do we have left in the budget this year?
We don't need to vote to roll that
No,
over.
We
It's
don't
just-
need to vote,
No,
there's no
that's-
vote needed, so I can just pull my motion.
We just manage it.
Yeah, just manage it.
All right. All right, so you're pulling,
I'll pull my motion, yep.
all right, so moving on. Beautification proposal.
Actually, this is not beautification proposal, but I'm gonna present this. I got with Brightview, the new landscaping company, and asked them to break out CBD portion of the yearly amount that they proposed. And I have the results here. I gave them an aerial map, showed them everywhere they needed to take care of, to add this to it. They went out, measured, counted shrubs that they would
cut and everything. So here are the results. As you can see, we get reimbursed from the CDD currently, $25,161. The proposal is now we should be reimbursed $62,870. That means that we'll add $37,000 to the budget. So I need y'all to vote and take this to the CDD board to get that approved. And I have a letter for to sign, and I will present it at the next CDD meeting. And right there, I've included the aerial map and the specifications and the letter from Brightview.
For anyone that attended our last CDD meeting, this is something that we looked into before, and actually we knew we had to renegotiate our what we're being given, and so we brought that up, and we knew that it was going to be higher. We tasked our executive personnel to check into it, but looked like Kathy has done the work. And but this will certainly have to be validated. I would suggest we take this and give it to Sylvia before we vote on it here. We don't need to vote to give her this. We just give it to her, and because we need to solve it at the CDD before we solve it here.
My great suggestion, my thought process is if a letter comes from this board, that this is what it breaks out to, and we respectfully request that they take a look at the agreement to make changes, and it's coming from the board that we're asking for that. It doesn't mean that the CDD has to take any action whatsoever. The board is just asking them to take a look at it.
If the CDD failed to pay their increase, we'll sue them. But Chair, you don't need you can just direct this.
I have a letter.
I was just gonna say, if the CDD feel, then we either forego the services and the CDD go out and get their own quote for the services, or, and I move to, if they don't, I know, I'm just saying, I just move to forego the services, if they don't, I'm not in the business of negotiating with what we've been being undercharged, underpaid for.
Well, it was my understanding this has not been looked at in over 10 years.
That's my point.
It's probably like 20.
So,
20 years.
so we'll do the letter coming from the board, but this is our proposal, this is our stance, and we just not gonna negotiate with the CDD.
Do we know if the CDD decided not to do this, if we would go to the new landscaper and say, don't cover this anymore, would they reduce our costs by that amount?
Yeah.
Should.
Probably not, because their bid was for the whole thing.
Well, that's my question.
Okay.
In a perfect world, they should.
No, okay,
Because you had said, let's just tell them not to do it.
that's fine, if we have a contract, even though it's for 3 years, we have something renewed, we can give a 30-day, hey, this is what's going on, and we out. It's just that simple. This is what we gotta deal with. Hey, do you guys want the 3-year contract? Hey, we don't need, you guys help us with this. If they can't.
I don't think it's gonna be an issue.
I don't think it's gonna be an issue either, but if it does become an issue and the vendor doesn't want to adhere to what we would like.
They don't have a choice.
I don't think it's the vendor's problem.
It's not the vendor, it'd be the executive.
It'll get worked out.
It'll get worked out.
It'll get worked out. I don't think it's much we need to discuss.
All right. Moving on to the annual budget.
So may I ask a question, Mr. President? Are you signing the letter tonight?
Possibly, yes, I'll read it.
I want to be on the record.
Moving on to the annual budget.
Let me ask a question on the budget then. Are we taking this to the bank and putting it in the budget or no?
I'm not part of the CDD.
I can't speak
Wait,
to
let me
it.
step out. Wait,
Yeah.
one second.
Yeah.
This is a law issue, I have to step out.
Okay. The reason he steps out is because Jeff and I serve on the CDD board. We're 2 of the 5 members. I'm the president of that actual board. So that's why I say I don't anticipate an issue with that. All of the members of the board are residents of Thousand Oaks, even though we manage the Thousand Oaks and the Villa Rosa properties and the corridor in between them. I do not anticipate a problem with this happening, but it still has to go before our board and be voted on. So to actually plug that number into the budget tonight is, while I feel safe that it'll happen, is not good business practice to do that without having a formal approval.
All right.
All right, Jeff, you can go back.
Hold on. Okay. We're down to E, to your annual budget. You guys want to go line by line, or how you guys want to?
If I remember correctly, the biggest questions that we received by email centered around the holiday party and the reserves that were fully funded.
Those were the two.
Those were the 2 top questions. I think everything else, there wasn't really any other questions on it. My suggestion would be to address those issues to see what we want to do. That's my suggestion.
Glenn, where are we at now with the decisions we've made tonight thus far?
Manor home dropping $4, townhome flat, the state up 7. That's what the security change.
Say that again. Manor home dropped 4.
4, townhomes
Flat.
0, no flat, the state up 7. So it had an $8.
Okay.
Yeah, $8.
So you guys went to 0. They stayed the same. We went down 8. We then went down $7.
No, we went up 7.
We went up 7.
You are 15.
Let's make it clear. Hey, can we make it clear so everybody can hear?
So, hey, guys,
With the
Glenn,
one- with
please
the
sit
one-
here.
With the one change we made, which was the new security contract, everything dropped $8. The manor homes will be a -4. It's gonna go down $4. The townhome stays the same. The estate home goes up $7 instead of 15.
So we'll be we'll still be 582.
574.
Oh, 574,
Okay, so,
503.
How you want to do it?
503 right now.
Are we gonna speak to the audience? Tell me how we're gonna do this. Tell me what you want.
Well, those are the 2 main issues. Need to make a decision on the holiday party.
Okay.
There's been a lot of feedback that we don't need a holiday party.
wait a minute. Oh, yeah.
Just letting you know.
Let me,
Miss
I'll
Linda,
wait,
the chair of the committee.
I'll wait until you're done.
All right.
For the holiday party, but we don't need Christmas lights either. I'm talking to the board, so we don't need Christmas lights at the gate. Hey, it's for next year, this next year.
Are we paying for those monthly?
We paid for the year, so we'll need Christmas light because.
One at a time. We're being lean, so we're looking at everything.
Yo, how are we gonna do this? Tell me how you wanna run this.
It's us talking.
Okay.
It's just the board of talk.
Yeah, all right.
So I would say no Christmas light
Next,
on the budget.
Because the holiday party that's in it is not for this year, it's for next year.
Sorry about that. So I can have an understanding of going line by line.
No, we're currently just addressing the 2 issues. One issue was the holiday party, and the other issue is the reserve. Now, Glenn, I know we voted to board members.
Guys, let's keep it down so we can just get through this, okay?
Let us work
This is
through
what
it.
we're gonna do. Line by line. Let's just go line by line.
Selena, we're now going line by line.
Okay, management fees, not much you could do, you got a contract for that. Bad debt, $10,000 for anything we have to write off. County fees, $5,500, that's our annual audit. $20,000 for legal and professional. 637, which is our licenses for the pool, our annual fee, and the kiddie pool. Admin expenses, $44.87, that's for the reimbursements for the board. Dwelling Live is our office expense at $744 a month. Forensic audit is out. Invera is for our fobs and any extra repairs. End of year taxes, so this is the tax on this office.
Does the other company have anything that will make us not need any of this?
No.
Okay.
They're gonna use what we have.
All right.
Bank charges, coupon books, and any NFF charges, but those come back on the top. Screening fees at $45, $69, but those get paid up on the top at $150 each. The house here is basically just the maintenance fee. And then house office expense is Dwelling Live, we moved out. That's just anything that comes up with this house. Electric bill.
Hold on, let's just come to.
Yeah,
Wait.
that's the office too. Printers, papers, anything
We're
that's.
not going back and forth.
No, per year.
We're not.
We're not going back and forth.
Ladies and gentlemen,
These are only
please.
per year. Janitorial service is gone, that's in the management cost. Janitorial supplies, $1,000. Repairs and maintenance, $6,000, that's $60,000, that's for the common area. Christmas party, $10,000.
Stop.
Okay,
Hold on, listen
It's
up.
only $1.
Listen up.
Yes. That's what it amounts to. No, it amounts to $1 and change.
He's right. The actual cost per household is $1.19 per month.
$1.19.
That's all it is.
$1.19.
Okay, hold on. How we doing this? Tell me what we're doing.
We staying here.
Okay,
We staying. Please.
Right.
We can't keep.
I know, interjecting, folks. Let's just do this. If it's $1,
I'm for $1, I'm not gonna vote against that.
okay.
Keep it in.
stays?
Yes.
Okay.
Hold on. That's right. Miss Ann, not right now, not right now. Miss Ann, not right now. Go on.
All right, holiday lights, $7,200. Camera system, that's for TAM, security systems and more. There's 2 contracts, $10,000 a year. Landscape contract, $318,225. Tree trimming, $40,000. Irrigation maintenance, $27,000. Landscape replacement and miscellaneous, $20,000. Security gate, $296,076. That's the new contract we
Can I
just
ask you
voted on.
a the tree trimming, we can cut that by 5,000.
Huh?
We don't have to do it, we just trim trees. Like you're talking about the back of the trees, I know, because I kind of personally. I'm familiar. It's the back.
We charge the children for a single family and take care of
So if you want to reduce it by 5, then just say we're not doing single family.
No.
Right now, 503. Yeah, unless they make more changes, yeah. They're 507 now, they're going to 503.
That's what we need. It's a real finding committee.
Oh,
Go
$4.
ahead. We're gonna keep it here.
Okay.
Okay.
That's the thing.
We're gonna keep it here.
We have committed to hold people accountable. We can't keep paying for others.
Leave it where it's at. I mean, leave the cost where it's at, because I think we'll spend 40 grand, even leaving the single family homes out. That's what I'm saying. Take care of the common, yeah.
You gonna leave it for single family house?
Huh? I would vote.
I don't know.
All right, ready? Okay, we're gonna move on.
Okay. All right, I'll leave it alone. Where we stop at security. Gate maintenance and repairs, $10,000. Golf cart rental, 4536.
Okay. Are that golf cart rental for us, or is the company, the security company bringing in their own golf
The
cart?
security company would bring their own, but this is actually cost for maintenance and,
Because I haven't signed the contract. for
no,
it.
don't yet, because
I know.
yeah.
Okay, my thing is, we got a brand new golf cart with the CDD.
We're selling it because it belongs to the CDD. Insurance won't cover it if HOA drives it,
So sell it.
so we're selling it.
We sell it to you.
Good.
No, it's too big.
It's overkill because you're looking at probably $14,000-15,000.
And then you got all the maintenance on it.
Yeah.
It depends. Hold up.
You're not driving.
It depends on what the CDD sell it to us.
It's true.
So because we have not charged the CDD for storage or anything like that. So it should be some type of consideration from the CDD to give it to us for a good price. And where we at Thousand Oaks benefit from us storing that for over 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
You got the president right there.
Yeah, but I can't speak to it.
Okay.
I can't speak to a price, but is it a good idea? Yes, it is a very good
So
idea.
can we look at?
But we'd have to put money into the budget to cover that.
But what I'm saying is we're gonna put money in the budget anyway to rent a golf cart.
Right? But you're going to put one of the golf carts we need in there is for our janitorial and custodial person, which would be different than what we use for what a CAM might use. Because you don't want to use that for janitorial and stuff, I don't think.
Okay, my question to you, are we required to furnish a golf cart from CAM?
It was not part of the agreement.
Or they bring their own golf cart?
No.
Or they bring it to you?
It was not part of the scope of work either. Now, we can actually, we could buy the cart, but what you probably end up having to do is cut that in half, so rent only one for custodial. If you use that for the CAM, you're still probably, so you add another, let's say the CDD was generous and sold it to you for 10 even. So you would be looking at a cost of $12,000 in that line item instead of $4,500.
Normally, you're not ahead of the game buying a golf cart because of the maintenance fee. Better off renting them and let them take care of it.
Is that those golf cart batteries with what that has in it?
They
Or
sold
you're
it
looking
to you
at
for
just the batteries
$10,000
alone,
in
about
3 years before
$1,600?
you make the money back.
Yes.
Right, it's never started.
Again,
It doesn't work right.
Guys, we cannot continue to have interruptions from the community when we're trying to have a discussion. You're welcome to listen.
it's my job to figure out the best process for the HOA. What if they were giving it away for $3,000? What if they giving it away for $2,000? What if they just say, hey, it don't work, we donated it for $0? I don't know. It's my job to ask the question. No vote has been made for anything. We're going down the item. So allow me to ask the question in the best interest of Thousand Oaks. Because right now, we still got to sign a contract for golf carts. So somebody, I don't care how big it is, if it's free or semi-free, then we got a big semi-free golf cart. So I'm just saying.
Go ahead.
That's all I want to know.
Yeah.
If it's a possibility. If not,
It is a possibility because the CDD is looking to sell it now. If we sold it to the HOA, if the HOA would be interested in it, would it save the CDD money in seller's fees or consignment fees? It would, which would allow us to reduce the amount that we would sell it for. But again, I don't know what that cost is. I am one person on that board
exactly,
with 4 others.
no
So-
problem.
But I would
That's
recommend,
all.
I would leave the golf carts like they are right now, and we can deal with that as we go through into next year.
No problem. So moving on.
Okay, exercise equipment, 5,000.
Jeff,
Come back.
For those of you who don't know, I leave the room so that Ransom, I don't violate the sunshine law.
I explained it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay. Exercise equipment, 5,000. Pool repairs, 5,000. Pool service, 16,320. Next is the utilities, electric, 108,000. It's not much you can be able to do with these. Water, sewer, 62. Cable, 732,507. That's with a 4% increase in January. And then the other Comcast bills that power the security cameras, 20,000.
Did we look at, I know at one point we was talking about looking at, other companies other than Comcast, where we can get out of those commercial accounts with them?
I don't know if it was ever looked at. For the camera stuff.
For the camera system, because Comcast forced us to get all commercial account for each camera. So we might want to look at that, see if we can
I
go.
think that's a great idea.
Flock is a new company that does wireless cameras that are really, really good. We look at them around that, so.
Yeah, so because we're paying a lot for those commercial accounts.
Yes, you are.
And Glenn, question, well, you two Rance, because you have it, solar power. Can we get any benefits from solar from maybe, yeah,
Yeah, we talked about that at one point, yeah.
that we should explore both the camera and solar.
Most of your flock cameras are solar powered, so
No, I mean solar power to reduce the electrical.
No, that's what I'm
that's
saying.
what I'm saying. The cameras would be solar powered.
Okay, yeah.
The flock cameras.
So let's look at that. That may give us some savings too.
Okay, townhome insurance, we budgeted flat, so hopefully it stays flat or down.
It's going down.
Yeah, I just had one renew with kind of in the situation we were at with a higher appraisal, and it was less than last year, so
It's going down. All of
it is trending
The entire
down.
industry is gonna go down.
Roof repairs,
Can we just, we're on the townhome. This is a fixed cost. Now, these are just estimates. The last time, if it comes back higher, we might have to do a special assessment or something else. Just an estimate. The team did a great job. So just to let you guys know, just the estimate. We don't know the actual cost of the insurance. Okay?
correct, roof repairs, 19,500. Termite treatment, 7683, that's contract. Repairs, 65.5, and then reserves, 276. And that's what the reserve study says we should be putting in.
And what's their total cost with fully funded reserve?
276.
What is single family homeowners reserve?
Oh, I want to, like they're flat with fully funded. So
Fully
you got,
funded, yeah, they were at 135 this year, we knocked it up to 276.
okay, so are you guys good at keeping it fully funded for zero to stay flat?
Selena, you got a comment on that?
No, I need that to decrease.
It's flat?
Your monthly cost right now in the townhomes is flat, given a fully funded, so you wouldn't see an increase at all in your monthly dues if we leave it fully funded. That's where we're going with it. So do you have any thoughts on that?
How much do we have in there now? Because I didn't hear you guys. How much do you have? I don't have my paper.
$855,098 is projected year-end balance.
And how far short is that leave?
The study says we should have 1,042. So even if fully funded, that's the number it says we need to put in, 276. We were still short on those two balances, 187.
Right, we're always gonna be short that amount of money without overfunding on an annual basis then, correct?
Right.
We can wait to do that after the insurance go down and we see what those savings are.
And that was gonna be my next question, Glenn, and you say, hopefully, if the insurance does go down, that will drop, correct?
Correct.
Okay, well then, I'm good.
Okay, it's basically same scenario with the Manor Homes insurance, budgeted flat. Roof repairs, 24,350. Termite treatment, 5197 per contract. Repairs, 57,775, and reserve 162.
Okay. So where they are with the fully funded, which would be overfunding.
It's a little overfunded because they have a little more balance. It says you're supposed to put 162 in, the reserve study. But we have the balance that we're supposed to start 2025 is $857,000. We will be at 904, so we're over the study by 46. And that may be helpful to cover some of those roof things too.
Go ahead, Selena.
Glenn, I just have a quick question. If you do take the reserve and you cut it by half, I just need to know how much would we save?
If we cut it in half,
In townhomes.
Yeah, I just want to know, yes, just for my own personal, I just want to know how much would we save?
townhomes look flat now.
138 is your number.
Mhm.
That's flat right now.
It would go down $47.
$47 for each home or the manors and townhomes?
No,
No,
just
just a
townhomes.
townhome, just a townhome.
Okay.
Cutting cutting it to $138,000 versus $276.
And if something was to happen, then we would have to come, we would have to do, an assessment.
Special assessment, yeah. The only two things that are in the reserve study for the manor or the townhome is the roofs and painting. Everything else is in the common area reserve.
The roofs and the painting.
And the painting, correct. That's what you're putting away for.
And we literally just painted, so roofs, are we having major problems with the roof?
We're having a lot of roof repairs, and I did look, Jeff, the study has the roofs in like 20,040 something. Those roofs are not gonna last that long.
No, that's why we did a projection at 32.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Selena, what you don't want to have being in those buildings like townhome and manor homes, you can afford your assessment and the other person can't afford theirs. And when you're talking about 4 to 6 people in a building, that can be very important because the industry may be bad. We don't know what trying to borrow money, how that will look, and how a bank would see that, and who would that loan be on? Would it be on the 4 or 5 people that's in that unit, 4 or 5 families that's in that particular type of unit, or would it be on the association? All that stuff we have to take into account. That's why it's best for us to just leave it like it is.
No, I understand, but it's just even with that insurance, we still gambling with insurance because Glenn, you don't know if it's gonna go up or down, and if it goes up, that means our HOAs can go up again, correct?
Correct, yeah, we don't know what's gonna happen, no. The industry right now is trending
downward.
Okay.
I think this is the first time that we could ever fund the townhomes and fully fund the townhomes and the manor homes since I've been here, since my 17 years been here. And
I'm in agreement,
So-
right? Because as long as we broke even and we did see a decrease with the manor homes and the townhomes broke even, I just don't want the people then to have to come back and now we're already struggling to pay what we have now, but then turn around and get hit again with the increase with the insurance. And then where we could have, probably saved that money on the back end with the reserve. So that's my only concern. I'm just asking these questions for my personal understanding.
no, I'm fine with that, but I want the audience to understand. Last year was the first time that we ever in the history did a special assessment in Thousand Oaks, period. Over the period of time that this community's been here, over 20 years, it was the first time that we did a special assessment.
No, that was the 3rd time we actually did a special assessment, but the first time in 15 years.
Okay, first time in 15 years that we did a special assessment. So it's very important. I've been screaming from the hilltop for years since I've been on the board to make sure we fully fund that we don't have to do a special assessment on the community. If we have to pay a couple of dollars each month instead of us giving you a bill of $15,000, $10,000, $8,000, $1,000, that's gonna hit you harder than you paying $4 additional each month to make sure it's fully funded. So
Okay.
I will tell you guys, having to do an assessment, it was horrible. Everybody did not, those early days, I think maybe 20%, 30% of the people paid it. The rest of them, we happened to work ourselves out of it because we got a lawsuit and we just worked ourselves out of it. But, so it was horrible.
So anybody got any changes?
No.
So move on.
Okay, that's it. The last item is the common area reserves, 104,400. That's full funding from the reserve study. The study says at the end of this year, we should have $888,000. We'll probably have, we'll have 379,000. So that still is going to be a shortage that at some point going to have to catch up.
Gotcha. All right.
So at least you're not losing ground.
So can you give me the numbers from the budget?
Manor Home, a decrease of $4.
What's the total? What's the?
503. Townhome stays at 574. The state homes goes to 257.
Why is that state going up?
It was at 15, it's going down to 7.
It's going, basically everything did go up a little bit. The reason you're not seeing it in the manor and the townhome is because the insurance is down.
Insurance is down on their house?
Yes, correct.
But in the townhouse, in the state house, we pay our own insurance.
Correct, yeah, and that's not factored into this.
Right, and why is ours that?
What he's
Because
trying to say is.
everything went up the equivalent. You really went up $7 if you factor out the two insurances. It went down because your insurance went down. They didn't get the state homes don't get the benefit of the insurance going down. Just the manor and the townhomes do.
My insurance isn't going down.
Single family?
Please.
Yeah.
Please, with your questions, because I want to be fair to everybody, please stick with the board. Then I don't want anybody to feel like I'm being rude in answering questions, because those are the rules that this group of people wanted to make sure we get to move forward. Let's move.
Okay, that's the last one.
All right. So, do we have any motion to pass the budget?
I'll make a motion that we approve the budget as presented tonight, with the townhomes coming in at a monthly maintenance fee of $574. The manor homes coming in at a monthly maintenance fee of $503, and the estate homes coming in at a monthly maintenance fee of $257 for our fiscal year 2025.
I second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So move, budget pass.
I have a question.
You go ahead, Celine, with your question, but we voted already.
No. I know, but Lynn, where will you get, when you get the updates regarding the insurance?
May. They may, yeah. So we know these numbers are good through May.
Okay, so if we get a decrease, will we then be able to present that and then the HOA will decrease?
No, that money would go into covering any other expenses in those areas.
Well, let me just rephrase that. To answer your question, the board could revise the budget. Yes, you could
We
revise.
have to
the
take
budget.
that up for discussion if it
Yeah,
happens.
yeah. that happens.
Okay, that's fine. That's my question. Thank you.
All right,
Hey, guys,
annual meeting date?
Second Monday of the month,
same time?
same time. Well, 6:30 is usually sign in, and the meeting starts at 7. That is the
11.
9th. So December 9th, 6:30 sign in, 7 o'clock meeting start.
257. Yeah. We're responsible for our own process. Moving forward.
We're getting there.
No, just the tree. We're responsible, we're not putting that on the HOA. HOA is responsible for common areas.
Did you adjourn? No, we still got majority. All right, I make a motion for the annual meeting, December 9th, Annual meeting, December 9th, sign in 6:30, meeting start time 7 PM.
Yeah.
No, sign in 6:30.
Sign in 6:30, meeting starts at 7 PM.
For December?
For December the 9th.
Nothing changed, same time.
Second.
Committee.
Committee chair?
Yes, the reserves.
Yes.
Going back to reserve. We think it's very important that all the homeowners is aware of the reserve study. The reserve study was over in 2023, and I actually had to call Glenn to find out about it, because I couldn't find it anyplace. So we recommend that that reserve study be put up on the website, so every homeowner can have access to that reserve. Then you will know each year how much money you need to, have within the reserve in order to fully fund it. Because I'm sure most people don't know what you're talking about when you say reserve, until Glenn was explaining.
I agree with Ms. Ann, because I think that would be transparent for the residents. Again, like she said, some of us are not even aware of that. Me being a board member, I know I get information from Glenn, but I would like to make the information my own as well. So I'm in agreement with that as well. I know I can't vote, but I really think that's important.
In the spirit of transparency, I have no problem with that. Again, any member in the community can do a FOIA request and get anything they want from the board. It's nothing that we're hiding. So anybody can get anything that they request, but I don't mind putting it on the website. So we'll make that happen.
Who did the current study that we're using now? When was it done?
2023.
So we're moving on.
We did one in 2012 and then updated it in 2023.
So that's for 10 years, I'm assuming that's why we did it.
It goes out like 30, 40 years, but as you know, prices change every year, so.
So who currently does it? Who did that last one?
I think I'd have to look and see the company. Do you have it there? Let me see.
You can just throw it out there when you're ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not trying to be rude. We cannot keep board members just the same responsibility they want to hold you guys to. Please hold the audience to. They wanted us to move the meeting forward. They wanted us to do certain things. So we have to stay on task. If they want that information, they can have a FOIA request. They can go to the office and receive that information. But let's stay on topic. I'm not trying to be rude. This is what was asked of us, and when we're doing it, now we're getting brand that not being humble. We're getting brand that's being rude. So board members, please let's stay on task so we can finish with this and call it a night.
It's a company called Independent Works LLC, Clearwater, Florida.
All right, remarks from the board. I thought we had you,
That has nothing to do with the CDD thing.
It should have did it in reverse.
It said beautification.
But I get
Well,
it.
I didn't.
Okay.
That's not.
All right.
Okay, it's okay.
No.
Okay, last October, the board decided in 2023, you approved windscreens for this tennis court. They went with a company called Sports Services. Last October, I tried to find those. I was told several different stories. They were thrown away by Marvin. CJ called and they said, never ordered them, put down a deposit, never ordered them, we lost the deposit. Okay. Marvin finally said he'd throw them away. Fast forward to this October, I started looking for them again, asking questions. Philly said, hey, they delivered them, we sent them back. They came out here to install them. They didn't want them. I guess they were 6 feet instead of 9. They sent them back. So I finally got, after 3 weeks, with the vice president and got the results of this. And here's an email that they sent to me to give to y'all. And basically what they're saying here, and there's a copy of the contract that was signed, which I don't think anyone here has a copy of the contract. Tina. If we want to not do any business with them, they will cut our losses if we pay them $3,985.66 because they have restocking fees. We signed a contract, we didn't fulfill it, so that's what they want. If we want to order the remaining windscreens from them, because they only ordered for like 2 sides, they will send the ones that are 6 foot out back to the manufacturer, get them to redo it by adding some material to it to get them 9 feet. And we can have the whole tennis courts done for $5,150. Now see, I got a quote from 10S to do all of it for $4,300. So either way, we're sort of screwed. Because they said they tried to get in touch with the office here for 3 months in 23, and no one would call them back and get in touch with them. And you can see on here, they said we changed this order 15 times. They said they kept calling and changing the dimensions and the sizes and everything. So I don't know. But y'all read it and decide what y'all want to do.
Did she say contract fell through on our end or their end? I didn't.
Our end.
On our end, but there's a lot of if I was policing this, I picked up on 2 things that's just not true right now. But I'll save those things for a courtroom.
Okay. All right, so we'll look at this and we'll put it as part of the next board meeting. Any other finance committee, art committee, right, moving on, board.
Yes, I have something. Sorry for cutting you off. Can Kathy, I don't know if she handed you guys something,
She
but
did.
can we get a copy of this email to see what they're referring to? If they say we dropped the ball and this is 2023, correct? Can I get a copy of this so I can see what's going on?
Yep. I'll send it to you.
In the email, please?
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, remarks from the board?
My remark would be that I know everybody wants a chance to digest the windscreens, but we've cut back the hedges now. It did open it up really nicely. If you're a tennis player, the last thing you want is to look through nothing, through fencing, and see the open road and everything around you. We are going to have to do this. 6 foot screens should have never been what we ordered. It's not appropriate for 10 foot fencing. My recommendation would definitely be to go with the 9 foot, and the fact that we would save any kind of court costs if we decide to argue it and lose. Even if we win, you're still pushing it out multiple months or years. So my recommendation would still be to go with the current bid and pay the $5,150 to get the tennis courts looking better than what they are now. They still need to be pressure washed. There are trees that overhang it. The trees drop balls on it that are a trip and slip hazard. There's a lot of work to be done, and the further we continue to kick it down the road, the more work it's going to have to be done. But that's the end of my comments.
Right. So the 5,100 is that going to cover the entire tennis court?
Yes.
Yes.
Labor included.
I got this late today, so I think it includes installation.
But it's going to be with the 3 feet added.
It's gonna be with the 9-foot screens, yes.
9-foot
Yes,
screen.
but,
So,
but they say they melt it together and we won't see a seam.
okay, but then I'm coming back. So here's my issue. I want you to give you something to think about, and I do support it. I'll follow a motion. When we get something like this, we have them come out. We don't send anybody measurements. You guys got to know that. You got to know better than that. You got to know we wouldn't do that. They come out, they measure, and they tell us. If they fail to come back in this office and give us a price and tell us what those measurements are, and they send something out here, we ain't going for that.
No, they said we kept changing from 6 to 9 feet.
You're not gonna see an email that from us that tell them that we went from 6 to 9 feet or from 9 to 6 feet.
Well, the contract says 6 feet and.
The contract,
Yes.
Yes. Third page of that.
then we'll be binding by that. Wait your motion.
It wasn't the motion.
It wasn't a motion. I just made a comment.
We can cover it without.
It's recurring maintenance.
So I'll make a motion that we contract with Sports Surfaces for $51.50 to complete the windscreens on the tennis
A
courts.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Can I ask you a question? Did y'all want to make sure that includes installation before y'all?
It should, because that's part of the contract.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
Yes.
you. But I wanted to double check.
Yeah, must include installation.
That's a good question, though. In light of what has already happened, that is a good question.
Well, we'll get a new
All right.
contract.
All right, moving on. Glenn, Charlene, thank you guys for your guys' service. You guys did a tremendous job of service. I wish under different circumstances that you guys would stay.
Yes.
But it is what it is. But I really do appreciate being able to communicate and getting things what we need. Glenn being able to call you as a resource, just much more than a person that's keep our books, that knows the laws and some of the areas that we don't know, keeping us straight for many years.
I'm still here. You still call me. No charge.
No matter what many people thought or considered, that you helped this board in so many ways and keep us out of financial restraints, where we were able to, for the 15 years, to not pass a special assessment. Did some creative financing and things like that, where we was able to push some of the projects longer, where for many years that we did not have an increase. For over, I'll say for almost 8-9 years, we did not have our fees stay flat for a long time. And we couldn't have did that without your expertise.
Thank you.
And I do want to say to the community, I was not trying to be rude. We was told that we was not professional. We was told that we don't know how to run a meeting. So when we put things in an orderly fashion, the community get mad once we start implementing what the community asks us to do. Before, we used to have, after every session, we'll have anybody that wanted to comment on a specific topic. Our meeting was going 2 and 3 hours long, and there was no reason for our meetings to go that long. You guys are more than welcome to receive anything prior to the meeting if you guys want to come. We're not in the business of printing a lot of stuff when an average of 8 people only show up. So tonight was a different situation where people did not have a lot of stuff, because on the average, these are the normal people that show up right here. So these are the people that help make a lot of the decisions, and we do take their opinion at heart. spite of what's other people in the community think, that we don't take the community. If you come to a board meeting, you can talk to one of us. We take everybody concerned seriously, and we do listen to you guys. That's how we got here. This probably the last year and a half have been the most transparent as this board has ever been. We don't have a problem uncovering any cent that you guys think are missing. We'll get to the bottom of it. You guys, whatever you want, please just file a request. We'll get you the documents that you guys need. If you think I'm not a millionaire. I'm a public servant, just like many of you guys in here. I bust my butt. I volunteer. Trust me. I don't want to add $7 to the estate homes either. I want it to be negative. I want it to be flat. And for years, Jeff will tell you, I said, hey, let's stop kicking it down the road. Let's start adding a little bit, adding a little bit, adding a little bit. And this is the first year that we can say, with the due diligence of a committee, they beat the budget down. So you guys have to give that committee a hand, because before we got to the budget, they had already did their due diligence and lowered some fees and did their research. So we just added to it, and then tonight we decreased. Some people went lower, some people stayed neutral. We dropped by $8. So thank you for that committee, the finance committee, the budget committee, the audit committee, the contract committees, all the hard work you guys do. We still need volunteers. If you want to volunteer, please, because these people are on 2 and 3 committees. Trust me, they don't want to be on 2 and 3 committees if they find some logical people that can be on these committees. So thank you guys. Meeting is adjourned.
Oh, thank you.
So the insurance should drop. Is that going to change anything?
It could, but we would have to actually go back in and amend the budget if we did that.
But we're only going to find out about the insurance anyway. When will we find out? Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
There's always that chance. We have to look at where we're at expense-wise.
Yeah, no problem. I was just curious. Because I know you guys were talking about going with the insurance.
Yep.
All right. Well, listen, everybody, have a nice Thanksgiving.
Did we vote to maintain the security team, or are we getting a new one? Okay, effective when? Effective when?
Oh, effective when? We'll have to, we still have to do a contract with them.
Approximate, I don't need an exact.
January.
New Year.
Okay. If everything goes smoothly, be January 1st.
Free for you guys?
That's what we're being told.